Captain Taiwan Kim stood tall on the bridge of the Earth exploration vessel Horizon *. The year was 2145, and humans had spread throughout the solar system. They had bases on Mars, mining stations on the moons of Jupiter, and research labs on Saturn's rings. But they had never met aliens. Not yet. "Captain, we have something strange on the radar," said Officer Minho. His eyes were wide as he stared at his screen. "It's near Saturn's outer rings. The object is moving in ways our ships cannot." Taiwan walked to the screen. He saw a small dot moving fast, then stopping suddenly, then changing direction at impossible angles. "That's not one of ours," he said quietly. "Alert Earth Command. Tell them we may have found something important." The Horizon * moved closer to the strange object. As they got near, they saw it was a ship. It was smooth and silver, shaped like a teardrop. It had no visible engines. "They're sending a signal," Minho said. It's in English." Taiwan felt his heart beat faster. "Put it on screen." The main screen lit up. An alien face appeared. It had blue skin, large black eyes, and no hair. It spoke in a calm voice. "Greetings, humans of Earth. I am Arcos, representative of the Galactic Council. We have been watching your development for some time. We believe you are ready to join our community of species." The bridge crew stared in shock. Taiwan took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I am Captain Taiwan Kim of Earth. We are surprised to meet you. We did not know there was a Galactic Council." Arcos smiled. At least Taiwan thought it was a smile. "The Council includes over 300 species from across this sector of the galaxy. We have maintained peace for thousands of years. Your species has reached a level of technology that qualifies you for contact." Over the next few days, the Horizon * and Arcos' ship stayed near Saturn while they talked. Taiwan learned many things. The Council had faster-than-light travel. They had solved many problems humans still struggled with. They offered to share some technology if Earth would join them. Earth's governments met in emergency sessions. After much debate, they decided to send representatives to the Council. They chose Ambassador Jumai Park to lead the mission. 1 week later, Jumai arrived at the Horizon *. Taiwan met her in the docking bay. "Captain Kim," she said, shaking his hand. "It's an honor to meet you. Your discovery has changed human history forever." "The honor is mine, Ambassador," Taiwan replied. "I've been asked to join your mission as security chief." Jumai nodded. "Good. I'll need someone who has already met these aliens." Arcos invited them to board his ship for the journey to the Council's home station. Taiwan made sure everything was safe, then gave approval for the ambassador's team to board. As they walked through the connecting tunnel to the alien ship, Jumai stopped and looked back at Taiwan. "Are we doing the right thing, Captain?" she asked quietly. "Going with them." Taiwan looked back at the Horizon *, then at the strange alien ship ahead. "We have to know what's out there," he said. "For all of Earth." They entered the alien ship. The door closed behind them with a soft hiss. Through a large window, they watched as Earth became smaller and smaller, just a blue dot in the blackness of space. Their journey to the stars had begun, but neither of them knew the dangers that waited at the Galactic Council. After 3 weeks of travel, Arcos' ship slowed down. Through the main window, Taiwan and Jumai saw it. The Galactic Council station. It was huge. It looked like a giant ring, spinning slowly around a pair of stars. One star was red, the other was blue. Small ships moved around the ring like bees around a hive. "It's amazing," whispered Jumai. Taiwan just nodded. He had no words. Arcos came to stand beside them. "Welcome to Unity Station, the heart of the Galactic Council. Over 1 million beings live here." Their ship docked at the station. When the doors opened, Taiwan smelled strange scents. The air was clean but different from Earth's. A group of aliens waited for them. The one in front was tall and thin with green skin and 4 arms. "I am Chairperson Velmar," the alien said. "On behalf of the Council, I welcome humans to our community." Jumai stepped forward. "Thank you, Chairperson. I am Ambassador Jumai Park. We look forward to learning about your ways." As they walked through the station, Taiwan saw aliens of all shapes and sizes. Some had fur, some had scales. Some floated instead of walking. Some were as small as his hand. Others were 3 times his height. They were given rooms in a special area for new species. The gravity was set to match Earth's. Taiwan noticed something right away. He could move more easily than many aliens in the hallways. "Have you noticed?" he asked Jumai later. "We're stronger than most of them. Earth's gravity is higher than their homeworlds." "Yes," said Jumai. "And did you see their weapons? The security teams carry small stunners, nothing like our military tech." The next day, Jumai attended her first council session. Taiwan went with her as security. In a huge round room, representatives from hundreds of species sat in rising circles. Earth's application for membership was the main topic. Most aliens seemed happy to welcome humans, but some looked nervous when Earth's military history was discussed. After the meeting, Taiwan walked alone through a quiet part of the station. He wanted to understand the place better. Suddenly, someone stepped out from a side hall. "Captain Kim," said a quiet voice. "I need to speak with you." The person looked human. She was a woman with short black hair and dark eyes. "Who are you?" Taiwan asked, reaching for his sidearm. "My name is Soo-hyun Kang. I work in Council Intelligence." She showed him an official badge. "But I'm also half human. My mother was from Earth, taken for study 50 years ago." Taiwan stared at her. "That's impossible. We only just met the Council." Soo-hyun shook her head. "No. The Council has watched Earth for centuries. What they told you is not the whole truth." She looked around nervously. "Meet me tomorrow at level 42, Section B, come alone." She handed him a small device. "This will help you avoid being tracked." Before Taiwan could ask more questions, she disappeared into another hallway. That night, Taiwan couldn't sleep. He looked out his window at the strange stars. If the Council had been watching Earth for so long, what else were they hiding? Should he tell Jumai? Or was this some kind of trick? One thing was clear. Their simple mission had just become much more complicated and possibly dangerous. He decided he would meet this Soo-hyun tomorrow. He needed to know the truth, whatever it was. The next day, Taiwan found his way to level 42, Section B. He used the small device Soo-hyun had given him. It made the station's cameras unable to see him. Soo-hyun was waiting in a small, dark room filled with screens. "I work in the history section," she said. "The Council keeps records of everything. Most of it is open to all species, but some is secret." "Why are you helping us?" Taiwan asked. "Because I'm part human, and because what they're doing is wrong." She turned to a screen and typed quickly. "Look at this." A file appeared. At the top it said, "Resource Management Protocol." "What is this?" Taiwan asked. "It's how the Council deals with aggressive species they think might become a threat." Taiwan read the file. It talked about ways to slow down the growth of certain species, ways to stop them from becoming too powerful. "They did this to the Nelvax," Soo-hyun said, "and the Zentari. Both species were strong and independent. Both are now gone." "Gone, you mean?" "Yes. Extinct. The Council doesn't kill directly. They just make sure these species have accidents." Soo-hyun looked sad. "And humans are next on their list." Meanwhile, Jumai was having lunch with other new ambassadors. She liked talking with aliens and learning about their worlds. A human scientist, Do-hyun Choi, came to her table. "Ambassador, I need to show you something," he said. Do-hyun was part of the Earth science team. He showed her test results on a small screen. "The Council asked us for brain scans of humans. I ran the same tests on some council races for comparison. What did you find? Jumai asked. Humans think faster. We adapt better. Our brains make new connections more easily. Du Hyun looked worried. Some council scientists seemed afraid when they saw the results. Back in the history section, Ta-won and Soo-hyun dug deeper into the council's secret files. Look at this, Soo-hyun said. Messages from Earth have been changed. The council is blocking some communications and changing others. Can we prove this? Ta-won asked. Yes. I've been saving copies. She showed him a small data chip. It's all here. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. Someone's coming. Soo-hyun whispered. We need to leave. They slipped out a back door just as council security arrived. That evening, Jumai met with Chairperson Vellner. The meeting seemed friendly. We are very impressed with humans, Vellner said. We would like to offer Earth special status. What kind of status? Jumai asked. Observer status. You would not be full members yet, but you would have council advisors on Earth and all your colonies. Advisors? For what purpose? To help guide your development, of course. Vellner smiled. To make sure you avoid the mistakes other young species have made. Jumai smiled back, but she felt uneasy. I will need to discuss this with my government. Later that night, Ta-won met secretly with Jumai. He showed her what he and Soo-hyun had found. They want to control us, he said. These advisors would be there to hold us back, maybe even harm us. Jumai read the files, her face growing pale. We need more proof, she said finally. And we need to warn Earth. If what these files say is true, then Earth is in danger right now. I'll try to contact them, Ta-won said. But we have to be careful. The council is watching everything we do. As they spoke on the other side of the station, Vellner met with the council's inner circle. The humans are more perceptive than we expected, Vellner said. We may need to speed up our timeline. What about the Mars colony? Asked another alien. Continue to support the independence movement, Vellner said. Divided humans are easier to manage. None of them knew that Soo-hyun was listening from a hidden spot above the room. Jumai sat in her room, thinking about Ta-won's information. Could the council really be so evil? She needed more proof before she could act. There was a knock at her door. It was Du Hyun, the scientist. His face was white with fear. Ambassador, you need to see this, he said, handing her a datapad. I found these files in the science database. Jumai read quickly. The files showed council ships near Mars. They were sending signals to certain groups. Groups that wanted Mars to break away from Earth control. They're making the Mars problem worse, she said. But why? Look at the next page, said Du Hyun. Jumai scrolled down. There were plans for limiting human technology. Rules about what humans could and could not build. And it was already happening. Human colonies on Jupiter's moons had reported strange problems with their new mining equipment. This is already happening, Jumai said. And I was just smiling and talking with these people yesterday. Meanwhile, Ta-won met again with Soo-hyun. This time they met in a quiet corner of a garden area. I need to know more about you, Ta-won said. Why should I trust you? Soo-hyun sighed. My mother was taken from Earth 50 years ago. The council wanted to study humans. She was a test subject. My father was her doctor. He fell in love with her and helped her escape the tests. But the council found out. They killed her. My father hid me and gave me a job in the records section when I was old enough. I'm sorry, Ta-won said. I've been waiting for a chance to expose what they do. Soo-hyun continued. When humans arrived officially, I knew it was time. Ta-won nodded. We need to send a message to Earth. Can you help? Yes, but we must be careful. I have access to a secure channel, but the council will notice if we send too much information. They went to a communication room that Soo-hyun could access. They sent a short, coded message to Earth warning of danger. Back on Earth, Military leaders received the message. They began quietly preparing ships and weapons, just in case. The next day, a full council meeting was called. All species were required to attend. Jumai sat with Ta-1 and Du-hyun. Su-hyun was in the room too, at her regular post. Chairperson Vellner stood in the center of the great round room. "We are here to discuss the future of Earth in our council," Vellner said. "We have decided that humans need special guidance. They are too aggressive, too unpredictable to develop freely." Jumai felt her hands shake with anger. Vellner continued, "We will place advisors on all human worlds. We will limit some types of technology. This is for the good of all." Jumai stood up. This was not the plan. She was supposed to listen and report back, but she couldn't stay silent. "And what happens if we say no?" she asked loudly. The room went silent. No one ever questioned the council's decisions. "This is not a choice, Ambassador," Vellner said coldly. "It is what will happen." Jumai walked to the center of the room. She held up the data pad Du-hyun had given her. "I have proof that the council has already been interfering with Earth. You've been making our Mars colony problem worse. You've been sabotaging our equipment." Gasps came from many aliens. Some looked shocked. Others looked away, ashamed. "And I know about the resource management protocol," Jumai continued. "I know what you've done to other species." "Be careful, Ambassador," Vellner warned. "You don't understand the larger picture." "I understand enough," Jumai said firmly. She looked around the room at all the alien faces. "Earth rejects your control. We reject your guidance. We will defend our freedom by any means necessary." The room erupted in chaos as Jumai walked out, followed by Ta-1 and Du-hyun. The breaking point had come. There was no going back now. Alarms rang throughout Unity Station. Red lights flashed in every hallway. Ta-1, Jumai, and Du-hyun ran to their quarters. "We need to leave now," Ta-1 said. "They'll arrest us soon." "How can we get off the station?" Du-hyun asked. "All ships need council approval to leave." Su-hyun appeared at their door. "I can help. Follow me." They grabbed only what they could carry and followed her through back hallways and maintenance tunnels. They passed few aliens, and those they saw stepped back in fear. "Word has spread," Su-hyun said. "No species has ever stood up to the council like this. They don't know what to do." They reached a small docking bay where a supply ship was being loaded. "This ship goes to the Centauri trading post," Su-hyun said. "From there, you can find transport to Earth." As they prepared to board, a tall alien in a military uniform stepped out from behind a cargo box. "Going somewhere?" he asked. Ta-1 reached for his weapon. But the alien raised his hands. "I am not here to stop you. I am here to join you." He looked at Su-hyun. "You know me, Kang." "This is Commander Han-Jun Lee," Su-hyun said. "He's like me. Part human, raised in council space. I command a small fleet," Han-Jun said. "Or I did until an hour ago, when I was removed for questioning the council's decision about Earth. I know council military tactics. I can help." They boarded the ship together and managed to leave before the station locked down all departures. Once they were safely away, Jumai sent a message to Earth. "Earth must prepare for war. Council will not allow our independence." When the message reached Earth, leaders from all nations met. For once, they all agreed on something. Earth would not bow to alien control. Earth officially declared war on the Galactic Council. When news of this reached the Council, there was panic. No species had dared to challenge them in 50,000 years. Many Council members were afraid. How can they declare war? Vellner shouted. "They have one star system. We have thousands." "But they are unpredictable," said a military advisor. "And now they know some of our secrets." Meanwhile, Ta-1 and the others reached Earth. They brought with them valuable information about Council technology and tactics. Han-Jun met with Earth military leaders. "Your ships are smaller and less advanced," he said, But the Council has grown soft. They rely too much on their technology, and they are slow to change their tactics. On Earth's moon, a secret base was built. There, engineers worked with Du Hyun to develop new weapons based on Council technology. Ju Mai spoke to the people of Earth through video messages. "We face a powerful enemy," she said, "but we have something they don't have. We have the will to fight for our freedom." Even the Mars colonies, once close to rebellion, now stood with Earth. Humans everywhere united against the outside threat. The Council, still in shock, sent a small fleet to the solar system. They called it a peacekeeping force. Its real job was to show humans the Council's power and make them surrender. Han Jun smiled when he heard this news. "They are making their first mistake," he said. "They think a show of force will scare you." Taiwan nodded. "Then let's show them how humans respond to threats." Earth ships gathered near Jupiter, hiding in its many moons. They had new shields based on Council designs. They had new weapons that Han Jun helped develop. When the Council fleet arrived, thinking they would find a scared and divided Earth, they instead found a trap. The battle near Jupiter was short but fierce. Earth ships attacked from hiding places among the moons. They used strange tactics the Council had never seen before. When it was over, half the Council fleet was destroyed. The rest fled back to Council space. For the first time in 50,000 years, the Galactic Council had lost a battle. News of the human victory spread quickly across Council space. At first, many aliens didn't believe it. How could a single planet species defeat Council ships? But soon, video from the battle reached even distant worlds. Aliens watched as small human ships moved in ways Council ships could not. They saw human weapons cut through Council shields. On 3 worlds far from Earth, something unexpected happened. The Varani, the Doshak, and the Marin, all species that the Council had guided for centuries, began to rebel. "If humans can stand against the Council, so can we," said Varani leaders as they took control of the Council buildings on their world. Taiwan sat in a meeting room on Earth's moon base. He looked at screens showing the growing rebellion. "This is good for us," he said to Han Jun. "The Council will have to split their forces." Han Jun nodded. "But we need to contact these rebels. If we work together, we'll be stronger." Taiwan sent messages to the rebel worlds using codes that Soo-hyun had given him. Soon, he was talking with rebel leaders through secure channels. "We need to coordinate our efforts," Taiwan told them. "The Council is still powerful." Meanwhile, on Earth, Juma's brother Ji-hoon was working with the best scientists from all nations. Ji-hoon was a weapons designer. He had studied the Council ship that Earth forces had captured in the Jupiter battle. "Their technology is advanced, but not as advanced as they made us think," Ji-hoon told Jumai when she visited his lab. "And they haven't improved it much in 1,000 years. They got comfortable." "Can you make better weapons based on their tech?" Jumai asked. Ji-hoon smiled. "Already doing it. Look at this." He showed her a new ship design on his computer. It was smaller than Council ships but had more weapons. It used less fuel and could move faster. "We'll have 30 of these ready in 2 months, Ji-hoon said. "With these, we can take the fight to Council space." Back at Unity Station, the Council was in chaos. Many members were angry at Velner. "You said the humans would be easy to control," said the representative from a world called Nexer. "Now we have rebellion on 3 worlds, and humans are building more ships." "This is a temporary problem," Velner insisted. "Humans are just one species from one star system. We control thousands of worlds." "But for how long?" asked another member. "My people are asking questions now. They've seen what humans did. They wonder why we need Council guidance at all." The Council voted to remove Velner as chairperson. In Velner's place, they chose Galactic, a hardliner who believed in using force. "We will crush the human rebellion," Galactic announced, "and then we will deal with the other troublemakers. I am ordering our main fleet to move to the human system. The Council's main fleet was huge, 500 large ships, each carrying smaller fighters. It would take time to gather, but when it arrived at Earth, it would be the largest force ever sent against a single world. When Soo-hyun heard about this plan, she sent an urgent message to Taiwan. They're coming with everything they have. You need more allies. Taiwan called a meeting with representatives from the rebel worlds. This time, they met in person on a small trading post near Varani Space. We need to form an alliance, Taiwan said. Formal and public. We need to show other worlds that the Council can be opposed. The representatives agreed. They signed a treaty creating the Free Species Alliance. Word of the new alliance spread to more worlds. 6 more species asked to join. As the alliance grew, Taiwan received a message from Jaehoon on Earth. New ships ready. New weapons tested. We're ready to send them to you. Taiwan looked at the star map, showing the Council fleet moving slowly toward Earth. For the first time, he felt real hope. The Council thinks they're coming to crush us, he told Hanjun. But they don't understand what they're facing. Humans don't give up freedom easily. And now, Hanjun added, neither do our new allies. The massive Council fleet entered the solar system. 500 large ships moved slowly past Neptune. Each big ship carried dozens of smaller fighter ships. From Earth, people could see the fleet at night as tiny moving lights in the sky. Many were afraid. Jumai spoke to the United Earth governments. We knew this day would come. The Council thinks their big fleet will make us surrender. They are wrong. Earth had prepared as best it could. The Moon was now a military base. Mars had built new defense stations. The moons of Jupiter and Saturn had hidden weapons. But would it be enough? The Council fleet was so large. Earth ships were newer and faster, but much fewer in number. In a secret base on Earth, Jaehoon Park showed Jumai his latest work. This is what will give us a chance, he said, pointing to a small device. It looked simple, just a metal box with a few buttons. What does it do? Jumai asked. It disrupts the link between Council ships, Jaehoon explained. Their fleet fights as one unit, with all ships connected. This device breaks that connection. Will it work? Jumai asked. It should. We built it based on Council technology we captured, but we've only tested it on small scales. Meanwhile, at the edge of the solar system, Taiwan and Hanjun waited with the human fleet. They had positioned ships throughout the asteroid belt. This was where they would make their stand. Soo-hyun had provided details about Council fleet formations and tactics. She was now working on a rebel world, helping coordinate their efforts. The Council always uses the same approach. Hanjun told the human ship captains. They move in a tight group and attack together. They'd done this for thousands of years because no one could beat them. So they don't change tactics? Asked the captain. No, Hanjun said. They see no need to change what has always worked. Taiwan added, that's their weakness. They're predictable. We are not. The human plan was risky. They would let the Council fleet enter the asteroid belt. Then they would use Jaehoon's device and attack from all sides. When the Council fleet reached the belt, they moved into their standard attack formation, just as Hanjun had predicted. Activate the disruptor, Taiwan ordered. Jaehoon's device was turned on. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then the Council fleet's perfect formation began to break. Ships drifted apart as their communication systems failed. Now, Taiwan shouted. Human ships appeared from behind asteroids. New ships from the Free Species Alliance came from behind the Council fleet. They fired the new weapons Jaehoon had designed. Council ships tried to regroup, but without their coordination system, they moved in confusion. Some fired at their own ships by mistake. The battle in the asteroid belt became the largest space fight in galactic history. It lasted for hours. Council ships were bigger and had stronger weapons, but they couldn't coordinate their attacks. Human ships and their allies were smaller and faster. They attacked, then disappeared behind asteroids, then attacked again from new directions. On the Council flagship, Chairperson Galactic watched in horror as the battle went badly. "How is this happening?" Galactic shouted. "They're just humans. They're just one world." "They're not fighting like one world," a Council officer replied. "They're fighting like individuals making their own decisions, and they're not alone. Ships from rebel worlds are helping them." As the battle continued, more Council ships were damaged or destroyed. The perfect military machine that had controlled the galaxy for 50,000 years was breaking apart. Finally, Galactic gave the order to retreat. The remaining Council ships turned and fled from the solar system. On his ship, Taiwan watched them go. He turned to Han Jun. "We won," he said simply. Han Jun nodded. "This battle, yes. But the war isn't over. The Council still controls most of the galaxy. But now everyone knows they can be beaten," Taiwan said. "That changes everything." News of the Council's defeat spread faster than any news in galactic history. On hundreds of worlds, people celebrated. The Council, which had ruled for so long, had finally lost. More species joined the Free Species Alliance. With each new member, the Council grew weaker. Even species that had been loyal to the Council for thousands of years began to question their leaders. On Unity Station, the remaining Council members argued. "We must use our planet destroyers," shouted one. "No, if we destroy Earth, every species will turn against us," said another. Finally, the oldest member spoke. "We have lost. It is time to talk peace." A message was sent to Earth. "The Council wishes to discuss terms of surrender." When Jumai read the message, she could hardly believe it. "They want to surrender? Already?" "They know they've lost the support of too many worlds," Taiwan said. "They can't fight a war against half the galaxy." 3 weeks later, Jumai led a delegation back to Unity Station. This time, she came not as a guest, but as a victor. With her were representatives from 20 former Council worlds. The peace conference was held in the Great Council chamber, but this time, humans and their allies sat in the center seats, while Council members sat on the edges. "We do not want to destroy the Council," Jumai told the gathered aliens. "We want to reform it, to make it better, to make it fair for all species." She outlined a new structure for galactic government, one where all species would have equal say, where no one could control others or hold back their development. As she spoke, a group of Council hardliners entered the room. One pulled out a weapon and aimed at Jumai. Before anyone could react, Taiwan jumped in front of her. But the shot never came. Han Jun had seen the threat and tackled the would-be assassin. Security teams quickly arrested the hardliners. "Thank you," Jumai said to both men. "It seems some still cling to the old ways." The peace talks continued for many days. In the end, a new agreement was signed. The Galactic Council was dissolved. In its place would be the Galactic Cooperative, a new organization where all species had equal rights. Jumai was named as Earth's representative to the new cooperative. Suhyun was recognized for her bravery and given an official position in the new government. On a balcony overlooking the station's great central garden, Taiwan stood with Han Jun and Do-hyun, watching aliens of all kinds walking together. "Did you ever think this would happen when we first met that alien ship near Saturn?" Do-hyun asked. Taiwan shook his head. "Never. I thought we'd learn some new science, maybe make some alien friends. I didn't expect to help change the galaxy." "Humans have a special way of thinking," Han Jun said. "You don't accept limits. You ask questions. You try new things. The galaxy needed that." Back on Earth, Jae-hoon started a new program. Scientists from Earth would work with scientists from other worlds. They would share knowledge freely, not keep secrets. "We will all grow stronger together," Jae-hoon told the first meeting of alien scientists on Earth. 6 months later, Jumai stood at a window on the rebuilt Unity Station, now called Harmony Station. She looked out at the stars, thinking about how much had changed. A small ship was landing at the station. It carried the first official group of human tourists to visit the station. Regular people, not just diplomats or soldiers, coming to see the wonders of the galaxy. Ambassador Park. A young assistant interrupted her thoughts. The new cooperative council is ready for your address. Juma nodded and followed the assistant to the council chamber. Representatives from 300 species waited for her words. As she walked to the center of the room, she thought about the journey that had brought her here. From a scared ambassador facing a hostile council to a leader helping shape a new galactic order. Friends and allies, she began. Today marks 1 year since the formation of our cooperative. 1 year of peace. 1 year of working together as equals. She looked around at the many different faces and forms. We have much more to do. Many more challenges to face, but we will face them together. Not as rulers and subjects, but as partners and friends. The stars are for all of us. And throughout the galaxy, on thousands of worlds, beings of all kinds looked up at those same stars and, for the first time in 50,000 years, felt truly free.